Good morning, Kinders. Today is Monday, April 6th, day 10 of remote learning. I hope that you're having a lot of fun while we're doing things this way, and from what your parents have told me, you're doing a great job, so I'm proud of you for that. Today you have 6 tasks again. 5 of them are language arts today, and only 1 is math. So let's hop in and get started. Your first task is the handwriting page. If you look today, you will need your name. And then you will neatly write this sentence one time in print and once in cursive. And it says, this week is Holy Week. So once in print, once in cursive, and then a little extra practice on some of those sight words. So you've got this, write that one 4 times, is, and the. Okay, and you can either write them between or underneath. The sentences you should write underneath. That should be done as beautifully as you can. Make sure you're holding your pencil the right way and going from left to right. That's job 1. Job 2 is your AC family today. All right, so these words all end with 3 letters. This time, at the end of a word, you will see C and K both saying K. So it's B, back, bl, black, J, jack, mac, pack, rack, sack, snack, tack, and track. You need to go ahead and color ACK on all of these words and then neatly write them on the little lines. Down here you have Mac and Jack. You need to color their pictures and then find all the AC words and circle them. There are a lot of AC words hiding down here, so use those spying eyes. And then here, these are what we call compound words, where 2 words are put together. We worked on this quickly before we left for break. And you need to put a word on the end. So this is called a thumb tack. So right here you need to write tack, okay? Backpack. So it's missing the pack part. And then a silly name for pancakes is flapjack. So you need to write jack at the end of that. And then you need to cut and glue them. Remember, they go in order, left to right, top to bottom. That is your second job. Your third job should be pretty quick. You're going to take a white piece of paper, fold it into 4ths, and then you just get to make up 4 of your own nouns. So remember, a noun is the name of a person, place, thing, or idea. So we always talk about, can I pick it up? And maybe you have to be the strongest man in the world, like Atlas holding the world. Okay, but you need to draw me 5 nouns today. And they can be simple nouns. They can even be, did I say 5? 4. 4 nouns. They could be simple nouns, even 4 people in your family. Those are people, they count. So you could do your mom, your dad, your brother, and you. Okay? Or you could look around your house right now and write 4 things that you see from where you're sitting. So I could do a table. Okay, I see a table. There's my quick table. You can color them if you want. And then you're going to sound out table. Now this is what I need you to do. We're going to save this page for tomorrow. Don't get rid of this page. Save it for Tuesday. You need a rectangle because we're going to put something in there. And then table. Okay? Then maybe I look around and I see a glass. So I'm going to draw myself a glass. Sound out the word glass, and then put a rectangle at the front. Everybody see that? You could copy my words if you want, or do 4 of your own. Let's see, what else do I see? Mountain. Mountain. Rectangle before it for what we'll add tomorrow. And then I'll draw a mountain. I actually drew a few, but I'll just put an arrow pointing to the one that I want. Okay, there's my mountain. And then one more noun, let's see. We'll draw an apple. Apple, okay? So I've got my apple. There we go. So 4 nouns, write them the best you can, and then put a rectangle in front of them. Save this for tomorrow. Don't get rid of it. Tomorrow we're adding something else. So 4 nouns. I don't care which ones, you get to choose. Okay, that was your third job. Now your fourth job is your black book. And I know I've been doing this as an extra task, but I thought we'd get back to the routine of doing it in the morning. So let me tell you a quick story before we do our black book. We talked about King Cyrus last week. Remember, he did a lot of good things. He let the Jews go back to their homeland. He let them worship the way they had always worshipped before exile. So he did a lot of good things, but he was still an emperor. And in the ancient world, remember, more space meant more power. And so King Cyrus said, I've conquered most of the land, but there's one place I haven't conquered, and I want to go conquer it. And that place was Greece. So he sent messengers to Greece, and he told specifically Athens and Sparta, you need to surrender to me. Not even fight me, just surrender. Just give up and let me take over. And the Athenians and the Spartans were appalled. That means they were shocked and disgusted, and they couldn't believe he would even suggest that they surrender without a fight. And so they say, no way. And Athens and Sparta look at each other and they're like, sometimes we fight, but it's time for us to team up. And for 10 years, they fought with Persia. So this started in what we call 500 BC, 500 years before Christ. And for 10 years, they were fighting. Now, in the 10th year, in 490, there was a ship that came into port, and they had a message for the Athenians, and they said, the Persians are coming, they're crossing the sea, and they're going to defeat you. And the Athenians are like, we need help. Let me show you where they are on the map, because this will be important. So if you remember, here's our map. Here is Athens, right here, this little dot. The ship comes into Marathon. Okay, that's important. We will talk about that. Sparta's way down here. So Athens sends messengers to Sparta and says, the Persians are coming, we need your help. And the Spartans say, we can't come right now. We're in the middle of a religious festival. We can't stop. We'll come when it's over. And the Athenians are like, what are we going to do? And they know they just have to go fight, even though they might lose. So at the town of Marathon, here come the Persians. They're just ready to get the Athenians, but the Athenians stand strong and fight back, and they win. Okay, and this is a big deal because they should have lost. They didn't have the Spartans there to help them. They did it on their own, and they send one messenger. His name is Phidippides, okay? Phidippides, fun name to say. And he has to run all the way from Marathon to Athens, which is 26.4 miles. That is a very long run. It would take a long time. He ran the whole way. And then legend has it that he got to Athens and declared, we've won, we beat the Persians, and then he died of exhaustion. Okay, but the Greeks honor him by having a race in the Olympics, which we still have today, even out of the Olympics, called a marathon, named for the town where it happened, because people in a marathon run 26.4 miles, which is the distance from Marathon to Athens. So this was a big moment in the war with Persia. Okay, we will talk about a couple other of the battles tomorrow, but for today we're going to focus on Marathon and Phidippides running that 26.4 miles. So, you'll get out your black book. Here's mine. I've got my line across. Your sentence today says, Phidippides ran 26.4 miles. So I'll write that. You can always freeze if you need to. Phidippides ran 26.4 miles. Okay, so I've got my sentence. Phidippides ran 26.4 miles. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, can you see that? I'm going to put a little town here. Okay, this is Athens, and I'm going to put a town here. This is Marathon. You don't have to write the words if you don't want to, but I think it will help you remember. And then we're going to have a little, we're going to make a teeny tiny little person, Phidippides, in his clothes, so out of breath, just running, all the way to Athens. And you could draw him passing out, dying if you want when he gets to Athens. But you can just draw this little teeny tiny guy making this long journey from Marathon to Athens. If you want to add more details, you could have people here waiting. You could have the soldiers there fighting and some of the Persians dead. Okay, so here is our story today in our black book. Phidippides ran 26.4 miles from Marathon to Athens. Okay, that is your fourth job. Your fifth job is reading. I hope that the books on the computer are going great. I can't wait to hear back from your parents in a few weeks to see if we're ready to move up again. And then your 6th job is math. So we're going to get a white piece of paper, fold it in half, fold it in half again, and fold it in half again, which now you should know makes 8 rectangles. Okay, last week we did a lot of addition, adding things together. Today and for the next few days, we're going to work on subtraction, where we take parts away. So you should have 8 rectangles. Okay, it's best to go this direction so you can draw your equation. You will need your pack of cards. So for subtraction, you absolutely must put the bigger number first. You can't put the bigger number second or it's not going to work. So you're going to draw cards. I have 9 and I have 2. Okay, so I should be able to look at these and say 9 is larger. 9 minus, take away 2. So I'm going to write my equation first, and then we're going to draw today to make sure we're getting it right. Here's 9 minus 2, okay? Now, I'm not gonna draw 2 dots. What I'm going to do is draw 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can check if I'm right. And then this reminds me I need to cross out 2 of them. So I come here to the end and cross out 2. Then I need to count what's left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to draw a beautiful 7 because 9 minus 2 equals 7. Okay, so there's my first one. Then I would grab 2 new cards. Remember, we don't want the queens or the jacks or those guys here. 7 and 4. So I need to put 7 first because 4 is smaller. So I'm going to write 7 minus 4. There it is. And then I need to draw 7 dots. It's important that you draw your dots big enough that you can cross them out. Okay, you don't want to draw them too small or too close together because then it gets too messy to work. 7 minus, this reminds me to cross out 4 of them, so I'm going to go over here, neatly cross out 1, 2, 3, 4, and count what's left. 1, 2, 3. 7 minus 4 is 3. You should be able to do 8 of these, no problem. If you're crushing it, you should be able to go onto the back and do 16. We need to start getting in the habit of doing subtraction, where we take a number and take part of it away, instead of just addition, where we take 2 parts and make a whole. Okay, so quick recap, here are your jobs. 1 is handwriting. 2 is your ACK family, the whole thing. 3 is just drawing me 4 nouns, rectangle in the front, save it for tomorrow. Number 4 is your black book about Pheidippides and his very long run. Number 5 is reading. And number 6 is subtraction, which I made a little shorter today since language arts was longer. All right, there are your tasks. I hope you have a lovely Monday. I love you. God bless you. Goodbye.